Hello everybody. In this video we will be changing the display on a Panasonic DMC-FS10 camera. The display itself it's working, but it has no light. It's not lit. I've opened this camera before about 2 years ago for a friend. I thought it's a bad contact somewhere or the flex cable might be damaged, but that wasn't the case. Actually, in one of my friend's trips, some seawater got into the lower part of the display and damaged the traces where the LEDs are attached, so it's practically impossible to fix it. I managed by creating a circuit with a thin wire. I managed to light up one of the LEDs, but it wasn't a final solution. I couldn't do it so it would hold in time. So he used this camera for about 2 years without a light. He even managed some decent photos. I almost can't believe that, but I've seen them, so yes, he used it almost normally. And now he finally decided that it should get a new screen for it, a new display, and it has arrived in the post. So today we will be changing it. I hope it all goes well. I don't really remember exactly how to open this camera, but if I've succeeded once, yeah, it might not be that hard. So let me show you if I can. I'm not sure if you see something. Let me try put some light here and something with different colors so you can see. I hope that something is visible there. So the image exists on the display, but there is no light. So in sunny conditions or something like that, clearly it's impossible to see anything. In this light, in a room, yes, I see what, not very much, but I see what the camera sees. So we will be changing it. Okay, first of all, take out the memory card. Take out the battery. Of course, when working with digital cameras, be very careful because they have a big capacitor in them for the flash, and that is very dangerous when it is charged. There is a way with a resistor to discharge it, but in my case I don't think I will be working close enough to it so I can get harmed, but yeah, be careful when doing this kind of work. So now I will start to open it. If you have a similar camera, don't take the way I open it as the correct way. I don't know. I take out any visible screws that I consider related to the case. But there might be a better way, and maybe this one doesn't need to be taken out. Maybe only this. I will take both of them just to be sure. I'm sure that I could find the service manual online, but it shouldn't be that complicated, and at this time I couldn't be bothered. to search online. Okay. Let's go to the door. I'm not even sure that you can see what I'm doing, but it's not that important. It's not like I'm doing a how to do this video. It's just me filming myself trying to change the display in a camera. Maybe not in the best possible way. Of course, be very careful with these little screws because they are not the same length. So if you try to put a longer one where it should not be, you might actually damage some internal components. Or a shorter one, then it will not hold the camera body into correct position. I'm just checking the camera so I don't run out of batteries. All seems well now. Okay. I don't see any more screws, but I somehow remember that there were more screws on this. So I might be missing something, or I might not. Okay, the little door just popped out. Of course, this has to... or actually, no, it does not. It can stay here. It will not bother me. Be careful not to open the door for the lens, because you could damage it or get the lens dirty. So here you can see one more screw. I don't even know if it's a true hole, and I should take it completely off, or it's enough to loosen it. Okay, better safe and take it completely off. I always forget that maybe I'm not using the best angle for the camera. I should try to find a better place for the camera for the next videos. I will see. I should do something about this. Okay, this should be just clipped on now. You can see the lower part, it's already opening up. Probably it has some plastic clips in the upper side. Something is holding it in place, but I do not know what. I'm sure that something in this part, the upper part. I don't remember, did I take this completely off the top? I don't think I did that. No, I hate this. There are absolutely no screws on the upper side, but something is clearly holding it in place, and I just hate forcing this to open, but what more can I do? Okay. Yeah, I will pause the video for a moment and take a closer look at this because I don't want to damage it. I hate this type of construction. It has absolutely no clips or screws on the upper side, it's just forced. This little aluminium part here is forced into this plastic channel on the top. So you just push it really hard when you close it and pull really hard on it. Do not try like I did, like this, because it will not come. You just have, it will not come out. You just have to push, to pull on it. I don't know. Maybe it's a good design. No screws and it's held tight by the plastic, but anyways, I don't really like that. I like old-fashioned connection with screws. So now I just check what is the minimum that I have to take off. Clearly this screw here, it's impossible to take the screen off. I'm not sure if you can see that. Okay, this screw here has to come off. And the flex goes underneath this board, the green one, which yeah, I think I remember now. It only has a connector holding it in place. Of course, I remember correctly. A little connector. I hope the camera is in focus. I will take a quick picture. This is the only way to focus this camera. I hope it's okay. So, it is taken off. Even now, you can see on the camera some damage from when it had the water in it. It's not really coming off. It's in the metal already. Even here you can see a lot of damage surrounding the display. So that was clearly the problem. Like I said, the LEDs themselves were actually working, but the electricity could not get to them because of the damage traces. Okay, so another clipping piece. Yes. Great. Another clip. There are better ways of doing this. but clipping that is the easiest one. So that is what they use. Okay, this little black plastic has to come up, so it releases the flex. It seems like we don't have music on the radio. We have some news. Romanian news. Not that great, but what can you do? At least with the news, maybe nobody will say anything about copyright. I don't know, I agree with these copyright problems on music, on videos. Of course, the music player, the actor, has to make money from this. But when I use the radio on the background, so I don't have only white noise, my breathing noise, I don't know, I'm not sharing the music, I'm sharing what I'm doing here. The music is in the background, you can hear 50% of it, even more. I don't know. But that's a completely different thing, so sorry about that interruption, and let's continue. Okay, the new screen, the old screen, you can, or maybe it's not very clear on video, this is not an original screen. From what I see, it's a little worse, it's made a little cheaper. The flex is not the same good quality, it's harder to bend, it's not flexible, but if it works, I don't really find a problem. Maybe the colors will not be that accurate, but that does not affect the pictures. You just have to see what you are taking a photo of. So out with the old, in with the new. This should go like that underneath the display. Not sure what it is. It might be a temperature sensor, but if the original was underneath, this one will go underneath as well. And the other flex was a little bit bent like this from what I see, of course underneath. The new one will be harder to be bent like that. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. It would be great if I could convince my wife to be operating the camera, but she would get so bored of this. Back with the music. News have ended. Perfect. So we will try to put this part of the flex underneath the screen. We will see how that goes. I'm sure it will not be easy. Not easy at all. I'm not going to push too hard with this, it's just so I keep it there until I push down the screen. Okay, all is in position. Start tightening everything back up. Now the worst possible thing would be that this screen doesn't work. This is always a possibility, that you get a dead on arrival product, but you can't never be safe from that. I have to take off the screen protection now. This is somehow rewarding. Okay. It has a bend there. The glass has a little bend. I hope that was from the manufacturing and it does not affect colors or functionality. I don't know if you can see, but there is a little bend there. Really hope everything is okay. I'm sure that some of you probably sometimes would scream at me for not doing it correctly. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't push like that on the little pieces, or you are not wearing electrostatic wristband or gloves or something. Yes, I know it's not correctly, I could damage it. I've always done it like this. I try to ground myself onto something, onto some metal before I start working, but until now, what can I say? I've been lucky. And I haven't damaged anything ever. So, back with the case. Okay. Of course you can put it the other way around. Doesn't work the other way around. So the upper part just got in. That's it. Nothing more. A little bit funny. Just a little. And my hands in the way, just as always. I know I kind of suck at making videos, but I don't know, I sometimes think that maybe what I'm doing is helpful for somebody who's opening this sort of camera, and he will see this video, will see how I did it, where I went wrong, what I did right, and the most important thing of all, get the job done and don't damage anything, and that's about it. And don't make my mistakes. Something is clicking. I don't really like it when something is clicking. But everything seems to be in place. Yeah. Weird. We will see. So, what next? No, not that one. Those are okay. These two are okay. The little door. fall off the little door. Why not? The smallest thing is always the hardest to put in place or to hold in place. Why are you not aligning? Oh, great. Clearly something is not in the correct position, but what? That is the big question. Of course, only the little door. Ah, great. Why, little door, why? It's late at night and you don't want to be in the correct position. The weird thing is that I don't see where it's not fitting in, because all should work, but it just doesn't. Oh, I hate this. These fiddly things that just have to be spot on with incredible precision, and they just don't work. So without door it pops into place very nice, with door not at all. Great. Of course, we'll be working on this a few more minutes, so I pause the video. Back. Are you kidding me? I hate this. So it's not a problem of positioning this correctly, it's just about pushing it hard enough. You see? Now it's getting okay, it's getting easy. Yeah, just managed to take it completely off again, trying to show you that it should be pushed pretty hard. Okay, now it seems to want to go easy. Probably the spring wasn't in the correct position or something. But I did not change anything, I just pushed a little bit harder off video and now it goes in easy. Maybe it just all clicked into place, I don't know. It's okay, so we put on the screws. You should be holding the camera tight. Do not over tighten the screws because it doesn't help, especially when tightening plastic. If you over tighten the screws, in time it will just crack the plastic. So you tighten them just right. so they do the job and hold everything in place. It would be probably a good time to make a test to see if the screen is working, but I have faith this time. I hope I don't have faith for nothing and it won't work. We shall see. What is this? It doesn't want to go in place. Okay. So the last part, a little bit of decoration. Oh great. You see? Maybe it's better to think about what you're doing. This screw holds even this decoration. So out it goes again. This is what I was telling you. Not to do it like I do it. Exactly when I do it, watch the video through the end and see then how it should actually be done. Because I don't like to redo things on video just so it appears that I'm doing everything perfect the first time, because I don't see any point of it, because even someone watching my video and doing this could make the same mistake. So if I show the mistake on video, the chances of anybody else doing it are lower. Okay. The camera is in place. Let me put the SD card back in. Battery back in. And hope for the best. We have light. Sadly we don't have image. That's pretty bad, I would say. I really do hope that this doesn't mean that I have to modify the display and change part of it with the old display and use only the light from this one. That would really suck. That would really suck. So this time I had faith that everything will be okay, and it is not. You can hear the camera focusing, so it's working but it's not displaying anything. Oh, okay, it might be taking pictures. Normally it might be a different firmware display. I've got no clue because it was advertised as working for this. It had same part code. So we might be doing a more weird and detailed video for this display, changing the lights from one to another. I hope I don't have to do that. So for the moment, close the video. It's late at night. I'm going to sleep on it, think what I could do and what could the problem be, and we'll go from there. So bye for the moment. Now, of course, what did you think? I could sleep on this and wait until tomorrow to fix the problem? Of course not. I've opened it up again. It was just a simple case of the connector not making a proper connection. It was inserted all the way in, everything was exactly as it should be. It wasn't working. It has some, I'm not sure you can see this, I don't know how to say this, maybe interlaced, I think the interlaced is the correct word, rows of small contacts, and I'm sure one of them didn't make good enough contact and the screen could not decode the information. So took the new one out, put the back one, old one back in. That worked exactly as before, image but no light. Put the new one back in. Everything is working perfectly now. So this is electronics, even no problems in the bent area of the glass, so that's manufacturing defect, not a problem. So this is electronics for you. You do the correct thing, put everything back together the right way, but a small connection somewhere messes everything up. So yeah. Of course, I'm testing it now partly open, so if you ever do this, be very careful not to touch the little electronic components. So everything back together as before. Of course, before starting to put it back together, take out the battery. And at the end I will do a new test to see everything working correctly. So back together just like before. Back. Just finished putting it all back together. Did not power it up. So I hope it works. Yes, success, all is working. Let me try and see. Yes. Of course, no battery. Bye bye now. Lucky me, it was just enough to see that the screen is working. Maybe. Nah, no. It will not power on again. This has to be recharged. But it is a success. I put the SD card back in. Perfect. I will clean off a little bit of my fingerprints from the display and all. And yes. This little camera is working again with light on its display. sadly no battery this time. So the new screen was good, and the old one is, I don't know, just a little piece of glass and some wires sticking out of it. Maybe my friend will let me keep it and we do an autopsy of it and see on video exactly what went wrong. We will see. So, thanks for watching. Hope this wasn't a bad video and you find it useful. So, talk to you next time. Bye bye. A quick follow-up on this display. It has been a few months from the original videos, but now I have time to continue this. I will open up even more this display. You can clearly see, not clearly because the camera is not focused well, but I can't do anything about it for the moment. It has some corrosion on this underside, so it's clearly that salt water got to this screen. So I will open it a little bit more and see the damage inside. Continuing, you can see all kinds of corrosion marks on the metal parts and some on the screen. Of course, the corrosion on the screen is residue from this metal part. This is the screen itself. It produces, you can see it's transparent. It produces the images, and this is the part that lights up. So our problem is here somewhere, because this was making images but there was no light on the back of the LCD. So I will tear this all apart because it's damaged and can be repaired. I've got inside to the LED part, but I can't see anything physically wrong. I remember last time I opened this, I managed to make the LED, this is hard for me to pronounce, the LED work. Sometime just intermittent, but not good enough so I could put the screen back together and inside the camera. So one of these little connections could be bad, or even one of the LEDs, I'm not sure. So of course the camera got a new properly working screen. This might be nice to try and light up for other projects. It's a little mirror. This was on top of it, and then a lot of layers of polarized plastic, and then the LCD screen. So I will see what use I can make from this. So this has been the opening of the display, and sadly nothing clearly shows what is wrong. I thought that we will see some corrosion on this, but it seems that the water did not get at the LEDs, or maybe just a little bit, enough to make one of them stop working. I'm not sure. So, thank you for watching.